Guys, that's what I noticed in the past 3 months, past 2 months with myself, because I've been really just paying attention to myself. So yeah, so we're gonna start with from again, what I realized is of just yesterday, because I was really thinking yesterday, and now I know exactly. I want to say I know, because before I was a little bit confused as to like um, how far I wanted to go with my nursing career, and now I know exactly what I want to do. And when I tell people that I am a certain way, or when I believe that I am a certain way, literally people will help me believe that too. And yeah, so like I let my I let the results speak for me. Like I don't feel like I need to say that I am like this, I am like that. But I noticed that like when I say, because I wouldn't say that to just anyone, but when I say that I am good at this, people believe it. When I say I'm bad at this, people believe me, and then they help me believe it too. So I'll give you examples so I just don't sound crazy. Um, yeah, so like I remember when I was in high school, when I used to braid a lot. I used to braid all of my friends' hair. I was just braiding, and my mom was always working, so I didn't have anyone to braid my hair. So I started braiding my own hair, and people liked it. So I started believing that I was really good at doing hair, and that's how everyone. I used to say that too, like, you know what, I'm really good at braiding, and then everyone else was like, wow, yeah, Sonia is really good at braiding. I have my friend, she knows how to braid, and that's how like my reputation in where I live, everybody knows that I know how to braid. You see, so that's one example. The other example is like cooking. I used to cook all the time, but I used to talk about cooking a lot. Yeah, I used to cook, and people loved my food, but I didn't cook all the time. But people, and I used to post about cooking, and when I would cook, I still do it, but not as much. So people believed that I was really good at cooking. People believed that I was a good cook, or even if I'm not a really good cook, people really believe that I enjoyed cooking. You know, was the other thing money? Um, people didn't actually people didn't think that I work a lot, and I would talk about money and what I, investing and things like that. So people really saw me as, wow, that girl must be really good with money. She loves working. So it's like, and then recently, when it comes to like even being smart, like when I was in my dietetics program to become like a registered dietitian, I didn't believe that I was smart anymore, and I really looked down upon myself. And everyone around me kind of like was like kind of like looked at me as if I didn't know what I was talking about. And I feel like I got so used to that up until I got to the nursing program. I still, carried that with me. So even when I was getting like 90s, because I always, for some reason, I thought that, I don't know, because I mean, when it comes to like grades, you never know. But it seemed like what I had been doing had been working. So I was getting 90s a lot. So, but I still thought, like one day I would just wake up and get a 60. Um, and yeah, so then people at the beginning, I noticed like when I was like, oh my God, I'm not sure. Like, I might fail. Like, I don't know. Like, people looked at me like, that girl doesn't know what she's talking about. That girl doesn't know what she's doing. And and then and then when my grades came out, I did so well. So then I started noticing people would start treating me the way I said it. Like I would say, okay, I'm not good, like I don't know, like I'm not sure, oh my God, so people are like, oh my gosh. And I felt, I like got a little bit frustrated, and I'm like what the F, like what the F, like I'm getting straight A's, and you are like, you're getting like freaking D's and C's, and you're the one acting as if you're getting straight A's. Don't talk to me like you know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. And yeah, and it goes with so many things. Like when it even comes to wigs, I wasn't too good with wigs, but I started wearing like wigs and stuff. And I always try, because even in general I had always tried to have my hair looking at the most natural it could look, because I still have some issues with my hair. I mean, I'm really good with music. Like I said, when a beat of the song comes up, I can kind of think that I was supposed to be like a DJ or something like that. Yeah, I'm fun. Yeah, if you want to know anything about cooking or braiding, go see Charlene or Sonia. She's really good with that. And yeah, so and then people used to think that I was like the party animal. I mean, I was not a party animal, but because that's what I was putting out there, and that's what people believed of me. So that's what I noticed that like whatever you put out there is what you're gonna receive, if that makes sense. Hope all these examples made you understand what I'm trying to say, because I might not be completely clear as to what I'm trying to say, but I think it makes sense. So another thing too that like one of my friends, I'm not gonna say her name on this video, like that I used to say a lot, annoying, because like I said it and I'm like, I can't blame them because I said it. So, I feel weird because I feel like my parents might be listening to me talking to myself. But I used to say this a lot to my friend, like, that I was like very naive and that I was a bad communicator, or I was bad with communication. And I noticed that because I said that too, I started believing it too. And I'm like, to think about it, like, the circumstances that made me believe that I was naive, I could not really do anything about it. It was one of those things that, like, when you're younger, like, you kind of grow and learn. So I don't think I was naive. Maybe at the time, I honestly think I'm going at a normal pace with my life. It's just people aren't, let's say, like, for example, I'm gonna give you like an example. Let's say you were so used to living a certain lifestyle, and that's all you knew. That's all you knew at the time. And then you're put in a situation where you didn't even situation where I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, you learn. Like, not people will tell you, oh, like, if I were in your situation, I would not let that happen. But they don't know, because if they were in that situation, things might have turned out that way, if that makes sense. It only becomes a problem if you do that specific thing. I always say, like, after 3 times, then you need to do something about it. But yeah, so I mean, that happened once, and those are 3 different situations where I felt I was naive. But I think at the time it was one of those things that I needed to learn at the time. So I don't want to say that I am naive. I am not naive. I am obviously growing every day, and definitely nursing school, and me saving, paying off my debts, $30,000 loan in half a year, and saving $30,000 for school really made me believe that I could do anything I wanted to do in life, like, at least that I could control. Yeah, so I'm not naive. I'm learning every day. I may not have had some other experiences, because I was not exposed to certain things, but like every other person, I am learning every day. And yeah, somebody is not really clicking with you, you're supposed to have this, like, you're supposed to keep like a smile on your face. But I tend to, like, I can't hide how I'm feeling. Like, if I'm feeling, I might not say anything, but if I'm feeling uncomfortable, and if I'm feeling like somebody is disrespecting me, I might not necessarily say something, but it will just show on my face. Yes, these past few months I've learned to be more let's say if I'm, like I said, if I have disinterest in something, I will definitely voice my concerns. And that's one of the parts that I was struggling with. But now and then, if I'm not okay with something, I will definitely say something about it. That was the only part I was struggling with here. Let's say like I want to be like at 100% or at 99.9%. People are okay with 70%, so people feel comfortable with 70%. So when I'm like, oh my god, let's say like I'm still like 80%, I'm trying to be at 90, people are like good and comfortable and like confident in wherever they are. But sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like I'm not good enough, I need to be at 100. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that, it's just that I have really high standards for whatever I want, or for whatever I want for my life. And yeah, so it's not to be confused with me not knowing what I'm talking about, or me not knowing what I'm doing, or me not knowing, or me being naive, or me being a bad communicator. I'm always just trying to be at a 99.9. Okay, hope that goes with you guys. And also another thing I want to say, you cannot know me completely based off of social media. Like saying I'm fake on YouTube, I'm just saying that like these are just different parts of who I am. Up until like the only way you can really get to know me is if you are my friend. Like if you are really close to me, then you get to know me. Like for real, like let's be honest with ourselves. Like I am the shit. I'm actually the shit, because like think about it. Let me remind you guys of parts of who I am. Really ambitious. Like I have really big dreams. Like, you know, I don't want to say my dreams on here. And I just feel like sometimes I feel like I don't even have enough time to make them happen. I'm really ambitious, very intelligent. Documentaries, like I'm into like African politics, and I love medicine. I listen to a lot of documentaries when it comes to medicine, so I'm really knowledgeable about that. And not necessarily Western politics, but even like history. I'm really into history. I'm really into music and dance. I love cooking. That is, if I had my own space. Honestly, if I had my own space, I would do a lot of. And I'm really good with finance. Yeah, so I'm actually like the shit. Like, I'm actually the boss. Sometimes I hide it, but like, you know, I'm actually the boss. I'm actually a boss. So I'm very adventurous too. I'm very adventurous, and that is after I get my work done. So I'm not the type to have a lot of work to do and just go and have fun and play, or maybe play with no money, you know. Like I love having fun. Like, contrary to some popular beliefs, if that's how you say it, I'm actually a really strong woman. I've had to go through so much. You know, like when I think of like all that I had to go through just this past 2 years, this past three, actually even four, this past 3 years, 3 years and a half, I'm actually a really strong woman. Yeah, like surviving nursing school, yeah, some other personal stuff I had to really go through, like, you know, and I'm still here. I'm breathing, and I'm really always looking at the bright side of things. And yeah, you know, I might not always be this perfect person, but in all, I think I'm a good person, which is very important. I am a good planner. Like, and I sometimes forget to give myself credit, and my friends always say that like I don't give myself enough credit for all that I do, or all that I've been doing. And you know, credit, I have to give myself all the credit, because I work really hard. I'm a hardworking woman too, so, and I've achieved so much. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you like this video. Charlie Sonia, Charlene Afrique. Bye.